Hello everyone, today we're going to be learning about graphing. Now this is meant as simply an intro video to our future videos where we'll be working a lot with graphs. So let's dive into it. So now, where does graphing even come from? Well, it comes from Earth's coordinates. Our Earth is just one big, what we call, coordinate plane. We have lines that go east to west and that go north to south. Now in math, we learn to understand Earth's coordinates through understanding how to graph on that same coordinate plane, where instead of east to west, we have an x-axis, and instead of north to south, we have a y-axis. Here are the rules. What goes from left to right is what we call the x-axis, and that is just think of it as a number line. And our y-axis is what goes up and down. It's just another number line, but sideways. And whenever we talk about coordinates, we are talking about the number that falls on the x-axis and the number that falls on the y-axis, which is where we get that x, y from. There are 4 parts of our coordinate plane, which we call quadrants. We have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4, each of which have different positive and negative values. In quadrant 1, we say positive x and a positive y. In quadrant 2, we say negative x and a positive y. In quadrant 3, we have a negative x and y. And in quadrant 4, we have a positive x and a negative y. So let's work on an example. Hannah says she is at a park. You want to join her and ask her what park she is in. However, she doesn't know what the name of the park is. She only knows the coordinates, which are 3, 2. Where is Hannah on the coordinate plane? Well, let's remember our rules. This 3, 2, remember that it's always x, y. Our x-axis is what goes from left to right, which is going to be this one. So we are going to plot 3 on that x-axis, which is going to be right here. And now our y-axis is what goes up and down. So our y-coordinate is 2, which is right here. And we basically want to find the point where they would meet. So if this is 3, 2, Hannah must be right here. So that's how you would plot a point on a coordinate plane. Let's try another example out. The following day, you decided to go try out a new park and wanted to invite Hannah. Where is a park on the coordinate plane? Well, let's see. The park on the x-axis lands right here at 4, which means that my x point must be 4. And on the y-axis, it lands right there at 3, which means my y point must be 3. Therefore, my coordinate will be 4, 3. And that's it. Now take a moment to try these out. And when you're ready, unpause the video and let's work on them together. In this first problem, they want us to see what coordinate point is plotted. Well, let's see. The x lands right here at 3. So we are going to write for x, remember it's always x, y. So for x, we're going to write 3. And then for y, it meets exactly at 3. So I'm going to write 3, 3. Let's try the second one out. Here, x is at 2. So I'm going to put 2. And y is at 1. So for y, I'm simply going to put 1. So the coordinate point is 2, 1. Now here they want us to plot the following point, 4, 1. Remember that this is always x, y. Think about what comes first in the alphabet, x and then y. So now here, x is 4. So I'm going to plot this at 4. And the y is 1. So I'm going to plot this at 1. And where they meet is exactly right here. Now let's try this one, 2, comma 5. My 2 is my x, so right here. And my 5 is my y, which is right here. So that means they're going to meet exactly right here. And that's it.